Hi, have you ever heard the expression, the devil is in the details? Well, if you've ever planned a large event, that expression probably rings true in your mind. Weddings, bridal showers, baby showers, graduation parties, and anniversary parties can be wonderful times of celebrating life, love, and accomplishment. However, they can also create a financial burden and a great deal of stress for the planners and the participants of the party. My husband and I had the opportunity over a 3-year period to plan 3 weddings, 2 rehearsal dinners, and 1 engagement party. Those events subsequently led to 2 baby showers, of course. Well, they were filled with a great deal of fun, joy, and great memories. They were also very stressful and very expensive at times. We found ourselves in a position at times during the planning process where we had to make compromises between what our bride and grooms wanted and what we could afford. So early on, we realized we would have to be resourceful and creative in order to create the event that our brides and grooms had envisioned. Today, I'm going to share with you a couple of those tips that I used while planning our events. To get started, let's talk about what I call perimeter tables. Perimeter tables are those tables like cake tables, gift tables. My daughter had a cookie and milk station at hers. They could be bars or drink station or food tables. Generally, they are up against a wall and only accessible from one side, unless, of course, you have a server on the other side of them. Well, we did not, so they were all pushed up against the wall. We wanted to give them a little extra flair in the front to give them a festive decorative look, but we couldn't afford the expensive runners and skirting that you can purchase to attach to the tables. So what we did was we got a hold of a little safety pin. And if you'll bear with me one moment while I adjust my camera, I can show you exactly what we did. Okay, so you see here I have a little curio table I just used for ease. But you can do this on oblong tables or round tables. What I've done is I've taken a round tablecloth and placed it fairly evenly around the table. And for the sake of time, I've gone ahead and pinned up 2 sections of the tablecloth. So on each side, about a quarter of the way in, I have pinned them up. And I'm going to show you how to do the pinning. Ideally, the best way to do this, if you want to create 3 swags or 4 swags, is to pin the middle up first so that you have more even swags. But as I said, for time's sake, I went ahead and did the sides. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reach down and grab the tablecloth by the center bottom. Then bring it up to my lap. It's easier to do if you're facing straight, but I don't want to put my back to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about a 2-inch section. And I've got my thumbs on here and my pointer fingers back. So then I'm going to take my index fingers and I'm going to push it back first, about an inch. Okay? Back first so that that seam is up underneath. I'm going to support it with my thumbs and my middle fingers. So you see I've got it kind of pinched, but I've left my pointer fingers underneath the fabric. Now I'm just going to fold forward with my pointer fingers, moving my thumbs up to the next section. Do it again, keeping it just as straight as possible. It's not going to be perfect. You're working with a round fabric, and sometimes it wiggles around a little. And you can fan fold it up just as high as you want and as tight as you want it to be. As you get to the last fold, you're going to take your thumbs and you lift them and go to center. That way you don't lose your grip. Supporting it with your fingers, get a hold of the center with just 2 fingers. Okay? So you can see I have several layers here. All right. Then I'm going to take my safety pin and pin it underneath so that it doesn't show at the top. The trick to it is, as you put the safety pin in, I hope you can see this, you, A, don't want to poke yourself, and B, you don't want to run it too far through so that too much metal is showing on the top. You want it just a little bit as tight in as you can. Depending on how much fabric you have gathered, that can be a little difficult to get it in that tight. Pin it, push it so it doesn't hang down, push that pin in, and then release it. So what I have here, and then floors say, well, then when you're doing flowers, they say then fuss with it. So we're going to fuss with it a little bit just to get it to have that look that we want. So as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 swags. Now the round tablecloths do work better because they give it more of that curved shape. You can get the rounded tablecloths in as large as like 120 inches, so you can do this on an oblong table. If you wanted to, you could do just a high one in the center, or you could do just going 2/3 or 1/3, excuse me, on each side of the table, pin it. So it would be pinned a little bit closer to center than these swags were. So you have some options there. But that gave our tables just a little bit more interesting depth as people walked up to them. Also, I wanted to mention that the tablecloths themselves, we scoured secondhand stores and websites to find what we wanted and the colors that we wanted, making some compromises along the way. That way we didn't have to spend a lot of money on brand new tablecloths that we may never use again. So there's one idea for you. Another thing I wanted to show you just real quickly was to talk about the seating tables. The seating tables we wanted to be beautiful as well, but we couldn't afford tall, gorgeous floral arrangements. So we incorporated 2 components into one at my daughter's wedding. And we came up with the gathering baskets. The gathering baskets served as centerpieces to give height to our table and as our appetizer trays. So there you have it. There are 2 tips for you to help you save money, lower your stress levels, get the look you want, and enjoy your wonderful day more. Thank you, everyone. Happy partying.